Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out A Scapegoat by Magical Time Bean. This is actually one of those games I've wanted to show you guys this one since pretty much the inception of Indie Impressions, and I actually was lucky enough to get a copy of this one right around when it came out, which is quite a while ago now at this point. But I always had issues with it. I couldn't get it to record properly. I think what happened was there was some sort of an issue with Fraps, and then that got patched. And somewhere between that getting patched and me being able to record a video, it looks like what happened, and this is just my guess, is a folder somewhere in the line of where my saves were kept ended up getting set to read-only, and so every time I would try to fix the graphic settings, then it would just crash. But thankfully, I went back and I kept trying to record this like every few months, and eventually that came to light by me looking around, and I switched that around, I fixed it up, and now it looks like I can record it just fine. So, that story aside, I'm very happy to be able to show you this awesome puzzle platformer that's been around for a while and just really deserves a lot more attention than I think it got. But the blessing in disguise is now we have the thing called Greenlight, which has come around, and happily, you guys can vote on this one to get it on Steam, and right now it's available on Desera, and it's only $5, and there's also even a browser demo and everything, so plenty of opportunities for you to check it out, but we're going to do a quick run through the very beginning of it. This is not an entirely blind episode. I actually did play, I think it's like 30-something% into the game, just to check it out, and we're going to start a new game anyway, though. And you'll see this game is a really charming aesthetic and a really great, pretty much everything actually, like just a really great everything. You're imprisoned, goat, for the crime of witchcraft. Now dwell here with the others for all eternity. Prison of Agnes, room 1 of 6. So we're going to be introduced to our very basic premise here. We are a goat. We must escape jail. Thus we are an escape goat. So I'm using the Xbox 360 controller, as I so often do. In this case, the controls actually feel very intuitive, no real problems learning what to do. Just walking around with the control stick or D-pad, and the right trigger is going to do our ram action. There are those who say press A to jump. Others say press A longer to reach higher places. I say press A twice. So look at that, we've already learned about high jumps and double jumps. We're going to make our way over here, these nice little buttons. We'll take care of most of the work for us. I love the retro aesthetic of this. It's such a nice feeling to it. It's like so well done 8-bit feeling. It's just a vibe that just comes across right. And we're going to go through a door. Room 2 of 6. So we've got all kinds of blocks here stacked up. And what's going to happen with those? Oh, they're going to try and drop them on me, which is probably not desirable. That did open up this new little path here. And notice all the little details, like these chains and the backgrounds, and then there's little gears that move around, and all kinds of really interesting stuff that's happening. And you feel like you're in the middle of like a bigger picture, like there's a whole mechanized dungeon going on without your knowledge. It's all been carefully set up for you. So now we can make our way over here. It's going to slide everything around a little bit more, then we can get to this skull switch, which will open up the path to the exit. Room 3 of 6. Look at this, we got a little sleepy mouse friend up there. Want to go through here, but it's too small. What am I going to do? I can't ram, so let's go up here. How's it going, Lemmy Winks? Not alone, I'm going with you. Press B when you need my help. Sounds like a plan. So, right here, that's a good spot for a mouse to go through. And look at this lovely staircase it formed. Back to me, mouse. You would think a game with a goat protagonist would be kind of goofy, but somehow the vibe just really works. Like, I don't really think about it being goofy at all. It just seems like a kind of an internally consistent narrative that's set up here. Thank you, mouse. You helped me again. It's going to help me a lot, actually. You can also press B while holding down to drop me in place. And we're going to, of course, use that right here on this pressure plate. Puts him to sleep. Isn't that adorable? And we're going to call him back just in time to jump off that platform. Room 4 of 6. What do we have here? Right trigger to dash. You can dash on the ground or in the air. And you can use that to smash blocks. Look at the nice little effects, the little physics effects that happen when you break the wood. The little bits come out. Alright, so we've set that wheel in motion. That is going to trigger those to fall, and that will provide the needed steps to get up here and trigger another switch. So the game starts out really easy. I did play it enough to find out that yes, it gets extremely difficult later on, at least to me. I mean, maybe you guys are super geniuses out there, but I had a little bit of trouble with some of it. Actually, I can just wait right here. Mouse is going to take care of that for me. Whoa, don't crush him. It's mean. So there's all kinds of little dangerous things you gotta watch out for, like getting rocks dropped on you or platforms squished together on you. But with a little luck, we'll make it through okay. These bone platforms, I believe they break away if I step on them. Yep. And that's gonna drop that. It's been quite a while since I actually played this, so I'm forgetting some of the conventions, but I don't think that's gonna be too big of a problem. So I could go down there and get the key, or I could just see what this mouse is gonna trigger by hitting this button. He's going to open that up for me. Magic hat obtained. Oh yes, with the magic hat you can teleport to me with X. So that means we can actually put the mouse in various places and then teleport to reach his location. Like so. And then we switch places and he falls back asleep. Stuck, press back to try again. Okay. Well, I'm actually not stuck because I was smart and got the magical hat first. So that means I can get back up here. Just like that. Grab our key out like that. And that opens up our final gate. I like that sense of impact when the key hits the door. Everything has a really nice solid feel to it. I mean, part of having this aesthetic of the retro feeling is like it's got to have the right like actions to it, the right sound effects, the right physics, you know, everything needs to just feel right, and this one totally does to me. Looks like the magic hat disappears when you go through a door. Too bad. Yeah, that is too bad. I really like that hat. I'd wear that hat every day. What do you have to say, sheepy? Can you give me a key? Thank you. Alright, so we gotta go find more sheepies in the gathering place. That door has been super destroyed and it opened up a couple more. As you can imagine, this is our level hub. Look at that awkward stance the goat's in right there. Don't let me fall! Yeah, he's not too worried. So we've got places like the Darkest Pits, the Frozen Cavern, the Crypt, Limestone Quarry, Lost City, Ruins of Red Clay, Electric Lab, and the Engine of Insanity. These sound like very exotic and wild locales to visit. Let's head over to the right first. This was the Ruins of Red Clay. This seems like the less scary one. The Engine of Insanity sounds like something out of Shadow Manor. I don't know, something like that. So I believe each one of these areas not only has its own little aesthetic to it, it also has its own, I don't want to say gimmick, but like an angle on gameplay that's a little bit different from the other areas, which you would somewhat expect, I suppose. So what do we have to work with here? All we've got is our mouse, our wits, and our goat, our ability to jump. So what can you do for me today, mouse? Remember, hold up and press B to launch me into the air. Alright, well we can do that. Oh, look at that. So the mouse is going to trigger that Grim Reaper guy there to send a whole bunch of fireballs, which will then break all those blocks. So what can I do now? So I've opened up this edge on the top. I can knock into that. Don't want to stand in line with those for very long. I should be able to break through... Oh, jeez, I gotta watch out for that. Break through these and hit this trigger. That's gonna knock all of them down. And now I just need to find my way up to this top corner here by leaving the mouse. Whoa, that's dangerous. Don't hurt my mouse. That's rude. Oh no! That was a little scary. I actually didn't want that to fall down there. As you can tell, that's going to make things a little tricky. I have to go on a little bit of a stealth mission here. Alright, got a little lucky there. But thankfully, since the controls feel spot on, I don't feel like I'm ever really that far out of control. It's just all about, you know, how to navigate the environment, figure out what the puzzles are. Let's crush this guy. I don't know if you guys get the same vibe, but I totally feel like this game has some bit of an inspiration by Lolo. If you remember that old NES game. One of my favorite puzzle games when I was a little kid. Always a little too hard for me, but I always enjoyed it anyway for whatever reason. Alright, back to me, mouse. So I'm trying to solve these puzzles. I got my hat. That's going to be a big help, because that means I'm going to be able to get back up to the top left here. Just bring him right up. Oh, actually... Oh, no! Dead. That was my fault. I forgot those guys will shoot infinitely as long as you're on the same tile as them. Alright. And then one more up there. No. That's... okay, that's what I meant to have happen. He really hates that mouse. Whoa. That was a little risky there. That's all bad. What did I do last time? I guess I just used the mouse to hit that button, and I don't know why I keep doing that the wrong way. There we go. You'd think I was paying more attention, wouldn't you? Alright, another magic hat. Yes, press X. Okay, well, I knew that already. So since you can go out of order if you choose to, I'm going to wait until he's up there. Well, it's safe. Oh, no! Alright, I guess that breaks through it. Yeah, since you can play these out of order, you don't really, like, have a linear progression, so some of these puzzles might end up feeling a little harder than maybe they were intended to be. Maybe I was supposed to technically go on the other one first. That was a springy sound when the mouse shoots out. Oh, why did I do that? I knew I knew I couldn't fit in that gap, yet I went and did it anyway. Well, you can already get a good feeling of, like, how challenging these puzzles can be. I mean, you have to really be paying attention, you have to be vigilant, you have to be dexterous, you have to, you know, think ahead a little bit. And it's nice. It's a refreshing thing to have a puzzle game that's not, you know, it's not too hard, but it's also not really easy either. Feels like it's a nice middle ground type of thing. Alright, we've opened that up. Let's hit this hat real quick. Why did the things break anyway? I don't really understand that part. I should just wait until he's right on top of it, and then I don't have to worry so much. Alright, now we've opened that up. Back to me. Spring up. I'll just let him take me all the way to the finish and out. So since I don't actually want to spoil the whole thing, let's go back to the gathering place. We'll switch over to the other side there and see what we can do. Which side? We started on this side, right? Yeah. Let's go to the left then. The frozen cavern. This sounds good. Alright, so what do we have this time? We've got ice blocks, we've got a whole bunch of crazy mechanized blocks, and those ice blocks, of course, reduce your friction, as you would expect. So I don't want to get crushed in between any of this junk. I also want to make my way up. What can I do? Press up and B to launch me into the air. That's one way to do it. See our way through. I do feel like this was probably the intended first area to go to. I wonder why this one, though. I mean, I guess we read left to right, so maybe expected we would go to the left first. Well, I can defy conventional logic on a regular basis. What can I do here? So let's just grab that, open up another block, let's head over here. I closed it again. Put the mouse through the gap. Mouse will hit the button, that will open this. That's going to drop that block, which will turn that. Where's that going to go? That lifts those. Okay. Alright, just really making sure I understand that magic hat. I really get it, though. What do I need to do now? I need to get back up and out. And see, that's too high, so that's teaching us magic hat's the way to go. Such a simple convention having this little mouse buddy, but it actually makes a pretty big difference in terms of gameplay. Dashing can be used to overcome various obstacles. Figured that out already. This one has a track, as you can see, so this block right here is going to follow that. Yeah, and that's a horrible way to go. Not even fit for Super Meat Boy. Dash. See, if I dash under it, we're pretty much safe. But I'm going to have to actually Yeah, I don't even think there's a way to get through there. I think I have to just go past it and come back later. Alright, it gets you stuck. You can retry. Yep. Okay. And then back up. Can I... Oh wait, does he not walk on ice? I forgot. Yeah, he doesn't like ice. It's too cold. Right, so that was intended to screw us up. Look, the mouse is having trouble up there. So it wanted us to strand ourselves in that bottom corner. That way we couldn't do anything about it. What if I... No, I can't pop the mouse up there, can I? So we gotta go up top first, clearly. That's gonna open those up. That'll give me a way out and block off that other block. What does this one do? That's gonna do that. And beautiful. Now we can get down to the bottom, grab the key, open the door, and we're out. Let's see. Oh, right, I remember this one. Okay, I had to stack the blocks up by using the slippery surfaces, or the slippery ice cubes, rather. And then those will go in a stack, and then these two will move together. That one will fall. I think I did it wrong, actually. I was supposed to get them to fall all on top of one another here. Yeah, see, that doesn't even make any sense. Now I have two sets of two. What's that going to do for me? Oh, well, I'm dead anyway. So we've got all kinds of various puzzle solving, ranging from block pushing, button pressing, various enemies to watch out for, projectiles, our mouse buddy to worry about, all kinds of things. So the game has a lot of variety, and, you know, when you combine that with the nice aesthetic, the great music, the great, like, pretty much everything about it is really well done, so... really doesn't get much better than this in terms of recommendations for puzzle platformers. Actually, I think maybe that's the only thing I can do there. Should I put 2 and 2 and send that one off. And then that'll let me stack some stuff on top. And maybe I can just butt these two. There we go. Slides those, and that's our way out. Alright, now we got a whole bunch of skull switches and some crazy spinning saw blade discs over there, which we want to watch out for. They're going to open up eventually and get all over the level. We want to avoid that. I'm not sure if there's, like, really ever any alternate ways to solve these puzzles. I think they're generally constrained to just, like, one way to solve them each time, but there is also a level editor, so that helps a lot. I haven't really messed around with that yet, but for those of us who are into level design, I can imagine this is going to be exactly the type of thing we want to see. What am I going to do now? I can't reach that. What can the mouse do here? You can step on this. Oh, I could have probably left that up, dropped the block on it. Oh, well, I can reach this now anyway. There we go, and hit all three of them that way. That's a sort of a roundabout way to accomplish our goal, but I guess that works. Magic hat obtained. Let's open up the Chaos engine here. Let's let these guys out. What are they going to do? I want to check out their patterns before I jump in there. Looks like they're going to be a pain in the butt. Let them all go one way. No, they all keep stopping at the ice, so they just want to make my life difficult. Alright, get out of there. Looking good. 6 of 6. Hello, sheepy. If anyone were to escape the prison, it would immediately crumble into dust. Well, that sounds like a good plan then, because we want to let you guys out. Are you the green sheepy? So we've destroyed, utterly decimated the ice cavern. That opens up the darkest pits, and also the one on the right here. The electric lab, which sounds like a pretty weird type of dog to me. Let's get in there and see what's going on in the darkest pits. We're only going to do a few more rooms, because I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea by now. But things are just going to keep getting harder and harder as we go on. So we've got a really nice setup for our mouse to jump in. So that can open. That's going to move around the whole level. I just really like watching all the stuff move around when you hit all the buttons. It seems so dynamic. So now we've got a hat. That means we can throw him back up there again. Switch places with him. Grab that key. Switch places again. Send him back. Hit that button. What's that going to do? It's going to slide everything around again in a circle. I don't think we wanted to do that. Let's do another button press here. Oops. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I think I wanted to utilize both of these at the same time. Probably while I was over top of it, actually. Ooh. There we go. Just gotta remember which are the right buttons, so you don't want to end up teleporting by accident. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to go through that. No problem. You use that to get this key at least before... Oh, this key and this key. I'm making this seem way harder than it actually is. Alright, the gate's now open. And we can switch and make our way back around. See about not getting crushed under stuff, hopefully. No, did it again. I keep pressing BB instead of BX. And out we go. Certainly glad this mouse wants to help me. I would have had a very hard time being just a goat in this crazy dungeon. A nice upward motion there, and what are we going to do about these guys? We can't smack them. We can send our mouse over them, though. He's going to reach that button on the other side. I believe that's going to trigger these to now start falling in a chain reaction. Okay, or I'll stop them before that happens. This is going to let me get to the bottom, but I'm also kind of trapped on this side now. Oh, nope, that all opened. Let's put him on this switch, because the goal now is I need to get up and recall. Grab that, and we're through. I like that level. Kind of right to the point. And I guess this is where we would see our Grim Reaper the first time had we not gone in the other area first. Yeah, thankfully that didn't kill me immediately. He's going to turn around. What do I even want to do here? Was this timed? I think this was timed. I need to try this over. Yeah, I needed to get... Yep. They're like Mega Man blocks right here. We got this, though. Good use of different elements here to make this a more dynamic level. And a few more Grim Reapers. Never hurt anybody, right? Oh, this is the one. We gotta orient the Grim Reapers so they get on the right platforms and they don't end up just killing me. Sounds easy. It's not so easy, though. Alright, that's gonna open that. And then we gotta have this one do something. I don't know what. I gotta remember how this all works again. I can drop the mouse on that one. Okay, actually we might be set already. Yeah. Cool. That was easier than I remember. I think I went like a way harder way before to try to do that. This could be a little chaotic. We've got a lot of Reapers here. What do we want to do with this? We want to try and get them to... Right, we want to move the saw blades up through all of these platforms. Make life a little easier for myself, and then hopefully, yeah, if we can wreck some of them, that wouldn't hurt either. And then that'll go over the top if I get this last one up. Nope. Oh, well, okay, that's another way to do it. Oh, now it's going to go that way, so I guess we can send it down? Does it go down? Yeah, it does go down. Well done. Alright, so that's going to kill the last of those, and then we just got the one on the top to worry about, and the blade spinning around in circles, which we can then move off of that platform once we get into the right spot. Let's just pick up all keys like a crazy person. Actually, I don't even need to move it. I'll just wait for it to pass. And we're out. Room 6 of 6. And that's another sheepy room. So actually, this is going to be a great spot to end the episode. The Scapegoat, go vote for it on Greenlight. This game really needs a lot more recognition. It's really good, plays great, a lot of gameplay to it, some really great puzzles. I know I've said great a lot of times, but hopefully I'm getting the point across that I'm enjoying this game, and I think you should as well. Whether or not it took me like 5 months to get this recorded is just besides the point. I think it's really cool, so that's my emphatic recommendation right there. So we've opened up the crypt, and we've opened up, what was that one? I missed. The Lost City. Sounds pretty exciting to me. And then we've got a couple more, the top and bottom, and then the middle one. I guess this is our final room or something. So I want to save all the sheep. Hopefully you do too. And that would be the premise of a Scapegoat. So a very cool game. That is going to wrap us up for this episode, though. So, as always, remember to head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Keep all the videos archived there for your convenience. You can check through them, sort them, check by developer name, sort them by genre, sort them by distribution method. You know, look for the free games, the Steam games, the Greenlight games, whatever you want to find, it's there. Nice and sorted for you. Of course, we have some forums, too, so feel free to stop by and say hi. Maybe make a friend or two, earn some pixels in the process, watching videos and leaving comments. And maybe even get something free out of it in the end, who knows. And when you're done with that, facebook.com/indieimpressions would be your next destination. That way you can check out every day's new video if you want to just leave a like on that page. They'll be sent right to you into your Facebook stream. I don't know why I keep touching all the sheep. I think they can probably handle themselves there. But when you're done with the Facebook page, at RockLeeSmile on Twitter is your last stop. If you want to leave me any messages, contact me directly. If you're an indie developer and you want to send me your game, that's the quickest way to start a dialogue. But I also have a contact form right on the website, as well as take PMs from YouTube, Reddit, or Twitter. Whatever you need, I will be happy to work with you on it. So that is going to wrap us up for a Scapegoat, the episode that almost never was. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice night. Later.